Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Lightning Gaming. So guys, in this video I'm gonna show you 3 secrets that you might not have known about in Conan Exiles. Now do keep in mind that this video is mostly for new players, but if you have been playing this game for a while, let me know down in the comments if you knew about all 3 or if there's something new in it for you. And also before I get started, if you are new to my channel, please remember to like and subscribe. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so the first secret I want to show you has to do with the weapon that my character is holding in her hands right now, which will be the Scythe of Thag. Now all the older players will know that there is only one way to get this weapon in Conan Exiles, and that is by killing Thag himself at the end of the wine cellar dungeon. Now what a lot of players do not know is there is actually a second way you can get it, but first up for the new players, if you want to get this weapon with full durability, you need to head over to the wine cellar dungeon. And like you can see, this weapon has a health damage of 90 and an armor penetration of 0%. It also does bleed damage, and the great thing about it is that it has the same moveset as a two-handed axe, so this is basically a two-handed axe. Now if you are not sure where to get it, in order to get this weapon with full durability, you need to go over to the water side right over here, and once you get here you want to go into the wine cellar dungeon, which will be this door, and then you simply need to make it all the way to the end of the dungeon and you are gonna have to fight Thag. Do keep in mind that that is an endgame boss, so you need to be pretty well geared up if you wanna come over here and fight him. Now the one that a lot of players doesn't know is that there is a second way you can get this weapon. Just keep in mind before you do it, you should know that if you use the second method to get the Scythe of Thag, the weapon will never have full durability, so I would suggest if you are gonna use that method to get the weapon, it's gonna be better to use as a thrall weapon because you can't apply any weapon fittings to it because it's not full durability. Now guys, the second method to get the Scythe of Thag, for that you are gonna need to head over to Mechamos's Spire right over here on the map. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have done this dungeon multiple times and never noticed that you can get this weapon from it. Just keep in mind that just like Thag himself, it's not gonna be 100% spawn, so you might have to kill the enemies in here a couple of times before you can actually get your hands on it. And for the new players that doesn't know, in order to enter this dungeon you simply need 30 blood crystals. You can throw it into the portal and then basically just activate it. After it is activated you can run into it and that's gonna take you to the Kurak dungeon. Now once you are inside the Kurak dungeon, you are gonna keep running until you reach the area where the waves of enemies will be spawning in. Now there is gonna be a few waves of enemies, of course. The first one is gonna be the spiders, and then we have the golems, and then we have the zombies, and after that we have the dragon and the sorcerer. Now basically the enemy that drops this weapon can be any of the sorcerers that spawn after you kill the golems and then also after you kill the final boss. So it can be any one of those two sorcerers. Now I have never had this first sorcerer that spawns in with the spiders drop the Scythe of Thag, so I would definitely just say it can only be the one that spawns after you kill all the golems and then at the very end of the dungeon after you kill the dragon, and that sorcerer is gonna be the second one that can drop it. And in case you are not sure which sorcerer I'm talking about, it's gonna be this ones, like this one right over here. And if I go into his inventory you will see that it is not 100% drop rate, so you might have to do the dungeon a couple of times before you can actually find it. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to show you is actually one that I showed in one of my recent videos, and that is how you can get some very good gear, or not gear, mostly just like buffs, and then 90% of times you will find the sickle super early game. For that you are gonna need to head right over here on the map. It's super close to the starting area. You are gonna look for this pointy rock over here. Once you reach the top there's gonna be two ghosts spawning in and they are gonna point towards a chest. Now guys, 90% of the time when you open this chest there is gonna be a steel sickle inside, but even if that's not the case, like in this video that I'm making right now, there will always be some super useful buffs, especially for early game. So if I go in over here, you're gonna see that there is actually 3 buffs in here at the moment that you can use, and all 3 of them are very good early game, especially the elixir of Scythe, which will give you that concussive damage of plus 30%, helping you to knock out thralls faster. Now guys, the last one that I want to show you, the reason why I put this in this video is because I saw somebody releasing a video about this like very recently. Now a lot of players still seems to think that there's only one way to get the Frost Giant bodyguard pet, and that is by going over to New Asgard right over here on the map. Now guys, of course you can 100% get this pet from this location, but the big problem is the enemy that's gonna drop you the horn to summon this pet does have a very low chance of spawning, and you might have to visit this location several times before you can actually get the horn. So let me quickly show you which enemy is gonna drop this weapon. Okay, so it's more to the left, so let me just find it real quick. It's gonna be right over here. Now, like you can see guys, a lot of times when you come over here, the enemy is not gonna be here, but if the enemy is here, she will always be spawning right over here where this NPC is spawning right now. Now, what a lot of players doesn't know is the best way to get the Frost Giant bodyguard is by going over to the Temple of Frost right over here on the map. And once you get here, you basically wanna make your way all the way to the Free Skull Giant, so you are just gonna go past all these first enemies, and you wanna keep doing the dungeon until you reach this area where there is gonna be 3 different paths. Now to find the Frost Giant bodyguard, you simply need to go straight on, so you're gonna go up the steps, and then you are just gonna keep following this pathway, and you wanna go up the second pair of steps, and once you get to the very top, there's gonna be this Free Skull Giant that's gonna be standing right over here. Now keep in mind that this one is also not always gonna drop you the horn, but I would say 3 times out of 4 when you come over here you will get the Frost Giant bodyguard. Like you can see, I just got it after killing him, and that is of course gonna give you the Frost Giant bodyguard. But yeah guys, that's about it for this video. Let me know if you saw anything new in this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time guys, cheers, see ya.